Hello and welcome out to this week's episode of Gamers Council. I'm your host, WEBDAVE, along with Rhetri. Rhetri, I know you're a little under the weather, but buddy, you gonna make it tonight?
Look, I'm here. There's no way I was missing this show. I was like, out of 365 days, like I have to get sick on this day. But you know what? We got Timdog in the house. We got Dirt. People have been on our list of people to bring on this show. I'm so excited that we get these guys in particular to talk about the awesome Xbox Games Showcase that just happened. So yeah, I'm excited, Dave.
Me too.
My energy might not be there as much, but I'm going to do my best, brother.
I have a feeling at some point we'll get you fired back up.
I'm sure. I have no doubt.
Don't you worry about that. Timdog, dude, thank you so much for being here. I'm so excited that you're here. I know the community just absolutely adores you, man. You are, to me, pretty much Mr. Xbox. So how you doing, man?
Great, man. How could you be bad after that? Today was a great show. Great panel. Dirt, good friend of mine. You're awesome.
Thank you, sir.
Retri's a good guy. So we're going to definitely go into it. Man, I was just really impressed. And we got a lot to talk about. I want to go over everything.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll have a good content. This is going to be a good show.
Going to be a great content. Dirt, GRIGGITY, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, man, I'm doing unbelievable right now. I'm going to admit, if the show would have been, underwhelming, it would have been very difficult to be on the show talking about a dog shit show. But since it was good,
right, exactly.
I'm feeling good, man. Thanks for having me, guys. I'm looking forward to this discussion.
We are so excited to have you here, sir. Another pillar of the community, and I tell you, the nice thing about it is that the show went well. Whew. But not only that, but we have such a foundation now to build on and going forward for the future of Xbox, and and there's still more cards to be dealt in the next few days. Ooh, can you believe it? Can you believe it? Oh my goodness! Hey, Rhetri, do you want to roll that footage of the?
Yeah.
Well, we'll be doing that in the background as we talk.
Let's show the hotness audio. That was. No audio. We don't. I want to get in trouble.
Yeah, because I got 2 copyrights.
Right, yeah. Exactly.
I'm not sure what it was, but I got 2 of them today.
Right. Thank you so much for being here today, too, man. The reason I say that is because you've been working already today, man. You put out some great content today. Thank you. Tim, he did a drive and went to see it in one of the theaters. Is that correct, Tim?
Oh, you did the theater thing, Tim?
Yeah,
so cool.
Xbox Fan Fest. New York City on the big screen.
Nice.
IMAX. It was really impressive to see it that way. I've seen it that way, obviously, because I've been to showcases before.
Right.
But yeah, it was nice. I met some people that knew who I was. I met people who knew them, but it was really a great experience for Xbox to get me in there.
Nice, man.
Fantastic.
Everybody knows Timdog, man.
Well, exactly.
To be honest, I think Phil was kind of pushing me to go to it, and now I know why.
Yeah.
Nice. He knew he had the goods, so you know what I mean?
That's a cool way to experience it, though. I wish we have no like I'm near Charlotte, and we don't have any of those theaters that were doing it. Every time they do that stuff, I always look it up. I'm like, come on, man. Like, near Charlotte, like, come on.
Show Charlotte some love, man.
Yeah, exactly. Show the South some love. But that's really cool, man.
All right. And, I was doing a little thank you to a lot of people. Dude, we've already got 44 people in the chat. Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate it, and it's going to be a good, lively show tonight. I can guarantee you that. we're going to be talking to these guys pretty intensely about what's going on. So they're, we'll get to your questions as often as we can. So bear with us tonight though, because this is kind of a special night with all this great content to talk about. But if you do have something you want us to bring up, please don't hesitate to put it in the chat. And we'll try and get to it as soon as we can. So Rhetri, do you want to go around the horn real quick with what people are playing?
Sure, yeah. I mean, we always ask everybody, just trying to let everyone pile in here for our audience and stuff. But so we want to know what you guys have been playing for games lately. I'll start with you, Dirt. What games have you been playing, or any weird like geeky stuff, any new shows, any anime, any movies, anything like that that's kind of piquing your interest lately? But we'll start with games. Go ahead, brother.
Well, actually, I've been playing a little Diablo 4.
That's the correct answer.
I wasn't really familiar with the franchise. I mean, I've heard of it, but I never played it. So many people was praising Diablo 4. I said, I gotta try this damn game out. Loving it so far. Started up maybe a few days ago. Level like 11 now. I'm loving it. I'm really enjoying it.
Who'd you pick?
I was the what's the fire? They got fire.
Sorcerer?
Fire. Yes. Sorcerer, thank you.
Yeah.
Fire.
Also, that was also the right answer.
Yeah.
You're doing great.
Yeah. So I've been enjoying it, man. I haven't been able to play the last couple of days. I've been so busy, but yes. And I've been playing a little bit of Street Fighter 6. Loving that so far.
Nice.
So,
okay.
Yeah. Loving the World Tour mode. Kind of reminds me of Yakuza a little. How you're walking down the street and people want to fight you and you start fighting. It's actually pretty fun so far. It's kind of corny, but at the same time fun.
Yeah.
But those are two games I've been playing right now.
Good choices there. Any movies or TV or anything? Or I know you've been busy.
Yeah, I saw the Spider-Man movie yesterday. Actually, I never saw the first one, so I watched it before my daughter and I went to the theater to see it. Love both of them. Both of them were great, bro. Love it. Can't wait for the third one. Love them. Yep. So that's about it. Yep.
Awesome. Tim, brother, what you been playing?
So I've been playing Diablo. I'm a rogue. Very much enjoying the game.
Yeah.
I've played Diablo before, but this is the first game that I really feel that I'm gonna finish and play throughout. Get to an extremely high level. It's level 23. I really enjoy the rogue character. I kind of was picked into it because I'm in a clan, and everyone had picked their people.
Oh, gotcha. Right.
So
you had to fill that. You had to fill that slot, right?
But what happened, to be honest?
That's a great slot, though. Rogue is great.
Yeah, like I'm really impressed with the skill set and everything that was going on with it. Like I like building her up. But that's been a big win, and also another game that's been a big win, Street Fighter 6.
Nice.
Really good. I have
really
to
good,
recommend it. The graphics are tremendous. I played the story mode. I finished with Guile, and I finished with I think the new kid. I don't know his name.
How are you liking Luke, right? How are you liking the story mode? Like, I'm just curious on that side because I really liked Mortal Kombat's version of the story. So
it's not as in depth. It's like kind of like picture art, fan art, and
Gotcha.
it's very go through the motions. But I mean, I have to say they nailed it from the perspective of the fighting. And the story mode, while I usually like playing that the most to get the story out of it, that might be underwhelming. But the other parts of the game, like the online world or that area arena thing that I played, is like a dragon, and it's very good. It's very good. So the game is very good. I have to say it's definitely a 9 out of 10 feeling for me so far. I played about like 10 hours. A lot of it I played on the I think it's called the play arena. It's the online portions, the added game where you basically go around the map, and it's very like a dragon, Yakuza like. You build your character up, and you fight people, you do these quests and stuff like that. But I've been playing that, and as far as movies, I watched Barbarian. I don't know if you guys.
Oh,
seen that
Oh, is
yeah.
movie.
that the
In
horror
Detroit, like the
film,
one
right?
with the basement, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
In Detroit,
Oh,
yeah,
man.
that's a real neighborhood in Detroit, by the way. I've been there.
I'm not okay. So don't go there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't know about
but
that house, but the neighborhood is real. Trust me.
That's crazy.
I mean, yeah, that's pretty much one that you'll laugh about. I also saw Evil Dead,
Nice.
which
Yeah.
I think I would recommend that one. And then one I wouldn't recommend, kind of annoyed me. My mom made me watch it. It's called The Sun. I don't know if you guys
I don't know
seen
that one.
Never heard of that.
Yeah, it's about a kid who she's troubled, and it was very predictable to me, and I was just annoyed because my mom like loved it, and I'm like, I told her what was going to happen right before it happened, and
Yeah.
I'm like, and then it happened, and I'm like, this movie sucks, and it's supposedly another movie that's attached to it, and it's all part of movies, The Mother and The Father. That's what they're called, the Mother movie, The Father. It's has a pretty big cast. It has Lauren Horn, I believe, whatever. But not to go into that too much. That movie I thought sucked. If anybody watched it,
He's gonna give me the whole synopsis on the movie he hated. He's like, "Here's why you should not watch this."
No, it was just annoying. I thought everybody, if you guys had watched it, you guys would be like, "Oh, I know what you're talking about."
Well, now I'm definitely not gonna watch it. I'm skipping
Right.
out.
No, I'm definitely not gonna watch it. No.
But I like when people in the gaming podcast talk about movies, because I'm actually a big movie buff too.
Yeah,
I
same
think
here.
everything
me
else,
too.
So
Yeah, me
Did you,
too,
have you
man.
Sarah,
have you seen Sisu by any chance? I've been trying to get people to watch this movie.
I
Have you guys
saw
heard of
I
it?
saw the coming attractions too. Is like that. It's like a
Definitely.
fighting movie. Like
It is like it's like Old Man Logan for like against Nazis. That's all I
Yeah.
can say. It's a B movie, but man, is it fun.
It's
Go
fun.
watch Sisu, guys. I'm telling you, it's
Never
just
heard of
a
it.
good
Check it out.
time. Yeah, definitely.
It's like
definitely
John
look at-
Wick. John Wick he's so just absolutely crazy insane with his fighting
Yeah.
skills, and is the kind of guy you don't want to piss off, and they piss him
Nope.
off, and oh my god, some of the stuff that he does in the movie is like you're just like, oh my god, oh shit, it's crazy. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's nice and violent and fun.
it is. Yeah, fun
I love
violence. It's a good time for sure.
Exactly. Well, I'm gonna put this poll up while we get started. Let's start getting some impressions. Rhetri, what do you think? Who do you think we ought to go to first?
Oh, I don't know. We'll start with Dirt.
All right.
Let's just start, I guess, from the beginning. Like,
Mm.
what's your overall impression of the show? You can give a number if you want. I was just on Boom's podcast earlier today, and we all gave our numbers and whatnot. So you can, give us your insight. Like, what did you think? How did you think the show actually was? You can give us a number if you want, and just talk about whatever, man. I think we'll just feed off of each other. This feels like a good opportunity, kind of have an open forum type of podcast, and I think.
Okay, sounds good. Well, for me, I would say that I'll give it a 9. The only issue I had with it was I need to see more Hellblade gameplay, like combat, and they didn't show that. But the game looks incredible, of course. So I would say I'll give it a 9. As far as what just impressed me, we know in 2020 Xbox announced a lot of games, but they were all CGI trailers, right? And we didn't really get any updates on any of those games. That that kind of lets you know that the games were super early. So I wanted to hear some updates on some of those games that was announced in 2020.
Right.
And we got that. We got that from Fable, Avowed. There's even some more games that was announced in 2020 that we still haven't got any updates on, which is pretty good for Xbox if you think about it, because they had a very successful showcase. And there's still so many announced games that we haven't got updates on. So I love it, man. Xbox, they really needed this. A great showcase after last month with all the bad news they got. But I love the showcase, man. Even the multiplats, let me tell you, like Payday 3, we're watching on the screen now.
Yes, dude. Payday 3 looks amazing, right?
Yeah, it looks great. But these are some multiplats we might have assumed would be coming, or we might even heard they were coming, but they're like world premieres, you know. This one, the Star Wars Outlaws, you know, the Capcom game, I never even heard of it.
Yeah,
you know?
me either. That was a shocker for me.
And it looked pretty good. So this was a solid show, man, because I enjoyed it thoroughly. Even that I can think of the one indie, but it has 33 player co-op. That's ridiculous.
Yeah. Was it Immortals or something like that?
Yeah, something like
Immortals,
that. I was like, what?
Yeah.
33 player co-op?
When I saw the I was like, oh, co-op. Yeah. 33 people. I'm like, wait,
that's crazy, man.
It's bananas.
But it looked great, bro. It looked great. Yeah, I know there's a deeper dive on Hellblade, but you know, I would have rather saw some gameplay here. But you know,
you're definitely you're a lot of people. I've heard that, so I'm not surprised to hear like you say about Hellblade. Like I have heard a lot of people complaining about that, which I can I can get behind.
It looked great though. I mean,
I think
it looks incredible.
Honestly, I think that was by design. I don't think that they wanted to give like a huge vertical slice of combat because they're well within production, and they just probably wanted to get it out there that it was 2024. I think though, you know, obviously next E3 they're going to have the vertical slice, and that's going to be there. That's going to be the actual big sell of that game, in my opinion, because if you've been following it, they've been doing motion capture not only with face but animations and fighting, and supposedly there's a lot of combat, running, fighting, jumping, slicing, and that type of stuff. And I think that is going to get shown not Tuesday, but next year. But in my opinion, I agree with that because I felt the same way. But looking at it, I just think that they wanted to show it, date it, and then obviously get the big vertical slice next year when it's going to come out.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Was anyone surprised? Sorry, Dirt. I just want to jump in real quick. Was anyone surprised that we didn't get an actual date for Hellblade? I kind of was. I mean, it's 2024, and I'm not gonna really complain because, like you said earlier, Dirt. It's amazing. Like this show by itself, it is an amazing show. And then you realize what wasn't there, and you're like, "Holy crap! These guys have Indiana Jones, Everwild, Perfect Dark, State of Decay, an id Software game that wasn't there, brother."
Contraband.
Jesus, I forgot.
Like, what is Coalition doing? Right? What is id Software doing? Right?
Exactly.
It's crazy. Man.
Like, think about that for a second. Those are heavy hitters.
How you doing, Boomstick? Yeah, absolutely.
What's up,
man.
Boom? How you doing, brother?
Boom.
That's
crazy, man. And I'm gonna say this before I go to Labrie pass it to Tim. Fable, bro. To start off the show with Fable, and with an engine footage, in-game footage. I'm sorry, in-game footage showing up at the bottom of the screen. I said, "Whoa! Did this say in-game footage?" Looking at that game, I was in awe. I couldn't believe what I was looking at. In-game footage. This is not CGI. It was in-game footage, and it looks incredible. We know Playground games, they're amazing with Forza Horizon. Well, people was kind of like, at first they were scratching their head like, they gave Fable to Playground games, and now you see. now you see.
Why.
Exactly.
You know why.
So the games look great. I thought Avowed looked great. Man, but I really think the sleeper hit of the show for me was Clockwork Revolution.
Yes, dude. Yeah. Everybody's saying that. I'm right there with you, Dirt.
Straight up BioShock Infinite Field. Look great, bro.
That is the one that shocked me. I was like, I mean, I was into it when we heard the concepts. When I heard steampunk, I'm like, hell yeah, I'm all about steampunk. But man, to see that in action, that's a BioShock game right there for you.
Look great.
You know what I mean?
Guys, what's going on, gentlemen?
Hey,
listen,
Dirk,
brother, we got to get you, dude. I got to say, congratulations on all the success. You have been killing it. Obviously, Timdog, my brother. I'm so sorry we didn't get a chance to hang out in person. I literally got 5 minutes. I heard you guys talking about the Fable thing. I'm not sure if anyone saw it, but Shinobi 602 put a gameplay trailer together. all of the stuff that's in that video is straight up actual in-game gameplay.
That's crazy, Boom.
It's
I heard about it.
I never would have believed that. I never would have believed that.
When she picked him up and she threw him down on the sword, when she fired the fireballs, all of that is actually in-game gameplay.
That's crazy, man.
I tell you this right now. I sat back. I'm starting to now, and I ask you guys to do this for yourself. Go start watching the show in the 4K clips. I am telling you, it has gone. To me, it's 11 out of 10. 11 out of 10. And the more I see of Fable, the more I see of Avowed, the more I see, first of all, In Exile, my God, new game of the show.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Like new freaking game of the
dude.
show. And that's from In Exile. And you know what's crazy about that, Dirt, and everyone? He was going to close down the studio and retire.
Wow. Oh, Jesus.
And when Microsoft bought them, he was reinvigorated because he was always robbing Peter to pay Paul. A lot of people don't know about In Exile. And when they got purchased, he had a new lease on life. And look at what's in front of us. The next BioShock game that's not a BioShock game.
Exactly.
Right. It looks incredible.
Freaking crazy. But listen, guys, I just want to say I love you. I love all the work that you guys are doing in the community. You guys lift us all up when you do the work that you do. And I just wanted to pop in for a hot second. I'm going to be a guest in the coming weeks. I promise I'm going to get on here.
I'm holding
Dirt,
you.
I got to get on one of your
you
shows, and you definitely got on one of mine. And Tim, when you're free, brother, we got to get you on.
Definitely.
Hey, Boom. Thank you, man, for doing what you do, brother.
Listen, we are supposed to lift up each other.
Talking about lifting up, right? Talking about lifting up the community. This is the guy who lifts up the community.
Absolutely, man.
Thank you very much,
bro. Thank you for doing what you do, man. We appreciate
that's very kind of you. I appreciate the high praise. But
Thank you
know
so
what?
much, Boom.
I love doing it because I promised myself when my wife and I started this channel that we would make it our business to put community first, and if we somehow were able to make a channel lift up others around us to pay it forward. That is what people are supposed to do. Not everyone does it, and that's fine. But that's what we do, and I'm glad to be popping on for 5 minutes. Please, if you're here, hit the like button, subscribe to Dave and Rhetri, and obviously Dirt, I still got to tell you this while you're live on the air. Your POS of the week is my favorite goddamn segment of the entire YouTube basis. So.
Thank you, man. Hey, Boom. Thank you, brother. Hey, listen, I know some people might not like my style of podcast, but some people do, and I
like
it.
Man. I'm a reserved kind of guy, but if there's one style that I would like, it's definitely yours.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate that.
TTS, right. Baby. TTS.
Yes. All right, guys. I love you. Enjoy the rest of your night. We'll see you soon.
Later, Boom.
Thank you.
That's funny, man. POS a week is a hit, man. People like that.
Oh yeah, dude. That is. I agree with Boom. It's the best part. I love it.
Yeah, I love it.
And apparently we might have one or two others that might sneak in throughout the night to do a quick little ins and outs. So I apologize to our main guest for that. I didn't know that was going to happen, but sometimes you just can't refuse.
Oh, but hey, man, that's Boom, man. What can we say?
Right.
That's Boom, brother. We can't say much. It's Boom.
Exactly. Oh goodness. Okay, so we got one more person I think gonna pop in real quick, and we might let him jump in, drop his bars real quick, and then we'll totally get back into the flow of things. And Tim, please, at any point when we're talking, just jump in. Dirt, like I said, don't hesitate. Just jump in, man. This is
I've been doing these years. Don't worry.
Tim is the man.
We're so appreciative that both of you guys are here.
I'm gonna go to
Tim sees it.
a long thing. So, when
Sweet.
Whenever we get into it, we have somebody coming in again.
There it is, Wandering
Dutch.
The Viking. What's up, brother? How's it going?
How's it going?
Dutch, what's up, bro? How you doing, man?
Doing very well. I'm doing very well. What a show. What a show.
Right? I love it.
Give us your highlights.
Diving into this for you chaps.
Well, go ahead and give us your highlights real quick, Wandering Dutch. We love to hear from you.
Oh, absolutely. Fable, first of all, I knew it was in game. I knew it was in game from the start, and I know people at work on that game. So to continue to see people doubt that that's in game.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff.
It's amusing.
Dutch, it looks so good though.
But there was a lot of people that were saying a lot of stupid shit about the game, and don't look like it was true after today.
Yep. And it's it's all in game. It's all in game, and I said it. I called it out before they showed it. I said what they're gonna do is they're gonna show, like Forza Horizon 5, a mixture of in-engine, like an in-engine. By that, the way Forza Horizon 5 was showed off, it showed you the scenery and then it transitioned into gameplay, and you couldn't tell the difference between the two. It looked insane. And I said that's what Fable was going to do. It's going to have these moments where it's not gameplay, but gameplay, and it'll transition into gameplay, and you'll not know the difference. It's exactly what they did. There were sections in there that was in gameplay cutscenes using full in-game assets, and it transitions directly into having a fight with the giant or getting thrown against the wall or running through fire or combat gameplay. And you don't know what is different between that. So that's, first of all, Fable showed off really well. Hellblade was my slight disappointment. Granted, it looks fantastic, as always. Great to see it being run on the Series X, which was a good thing for them to start out with.
Absolutely.
How the audio is phenomenal. And naturally it still looks phenomenal visually, but I wanted combat gameplay. Now, thankfully, the extended showcase is having a deeper dive into Hellblade and Avowed, so we'll get to see more on both of those games on Tuesday. But for this show, it would have been better suited having, I think, a more punchy combat feel to it than another kind of listen to the audio and aesthetics look. That's not to say I'm not hyped for it. I'm glad we got a release window of next year. I think they'll firm up both of the releases for Avowed and Hellblade by year's end. I think we'll get release dates by the end of the year on both of those, whether it be the Game Awards or Gamescom. But yeah, that still looked good, but it much preferred combat gameplay on that. Definitely needed it, I think.
You're not alone on that one, Dutch. I mean, hearing that over and over again, so you're definitely in good company. Dirt was saying that earlier. So
I said it, but I agree. Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, it's another one as well. And to be fair, I've got to shout out both In Exile and Compulsion, because both of their games look phenomenal.
Speak on it, dude.
Phenomenal. Clockwork was just BioShock. That's all I could think of when I seen that
exactly,
game.
Brother.
BioShock. That looks absolutely amazing. And the other one, the Midnight game, I tell you what, man, that is a cool art style. That is it kind of looks like ceramic, like someone's carved something out of ceramic and then painted it. It was just so strange, but it looked really cool.
I like
and that again, that is a completely, and that's one of the things that I loved about this showcase was there wasn't one game that looked like another game. Fable didn't look like Avowed, which didn't look like Hellblade, which didn't look like Midnight, which didn't look nothing looked. And none of them, and I have to shout out this one because I didn't expect this. I would never have had this. But a new flight sim, not even an expansion, but a brand new
I was surprised by that. Yeah, I was like,
hold on. I thought, wait, that's not an expansion?
That's not an expansion. It's Flight Sim 2024. It's a brand new game.
It's a brand new one.
Whoa, did not know that. I assumed that was an expansion. Holy
I thought it was at first also.
They did have the expansion, the Dune expansion.
Yeah, the Dune expansion, See,
that's when I started paying attention.
The other ones was, I said 2024, damn.
Yeah,
we started watching the trailer for 2024 Flight Sim, and we were just like, they're adding career mode, they're adding firefighting, they're adding,
I was like, this is a lot of stuff on this expansion.
And then at the end, they're like, a brand new Flight Simulator 2024. I was like, a new Flight Sim?
Yeah,
like,
what? That's pretty cool, man. That's pretty cool.
That is insane.
People should rewatch it because I agree. I think a lot of people were confused.
Yeah, I mean, we were on everyone on Boom's podcast. We all thought it was an expansion. So I'm glad that you clarified that.
New game. Yeah,
I bet you
we missed. Here's what I think about the two of the different ones, because of course, Flight Sim 2020 isn't going to change. Flight Sim 2020 is that huge, ever expanding, hundreds of community members creating content and adding airports and adding new planes and stuff all the time. That's going to be a game that lasts a while. But 2024, what I think is a more linear Flight Sim experience that's focused around campaign flying. So you want to be a wild, like wildfire kind of firefighter, where you're putting out stuff all over the world doing that. You want to do search and rescue missions. I think this is more like not a linear flight sim, but I think it's a more condensed experience for Flight Sim 2024, where they have two of them running alongside each other. One's this big, vast, open world. You can fly anywhere, do anything. And that's not to say that 24 won't, because I think they'll just use the same kind of world assets for it and everything. But I think they'll focus, instead of just going and doing your own thing in Flight Sim 24, I think they'll focus on, as they did in that trailer, the campaign segments. So I think it's going to be two nice kind of sections there, because a lot of people that dip in and dip out of Flight Sim in the first place are just, they go in, they have a look around, the blowing the minds,
their houses,
really mad it is, see their house, and then turn it off.
Yeah,
but having something to go on and do from a mission perspective and like a campaign,
that's a good point,
might intrigue a few more people. So,
hey, Dutch, let's get your overall score of the game of the showcase, both of them, and then that way we can, because we gotta jump on some more things we got going on. But go ahead and give us your take.
Yeah, I'm gonna round the entire thing up as a 9 out of 10.
Fair enough.
There's only a few minor things I would change on it. Again, the combat gameplay for Hellblade, absolutely. Not every game in there is for me. I'm not Persona. I'm none of these chibi games and like massive anime games for me. So those weren't for me. So that middle part slowed down a bit, but I appreciated who that was for. So again, for me, it's a slight markdown because they're not games for me. But overall, the pacing was phenomenal. The games were phenomenal. Great mixture, great art style across the board. Really well done. And then Starfield absolutely blew the doors off. Like I was happy and looking forward to it beforehand, but then that, like, it just looked unbelievably better compared to what we saw last year.
Hey, Dustin, they fixed that woman's eyes, man. They fixed her eyes.
That's right. Yeah. No more dead eyes. No more dead eyes.
Yeah, she had blue eyes and everything. Oh, yeah. Love it.
That's awesome.
I forgot to mention that when you guys asked me, Starfield looks, oh my God, it looks incredible, bro.
Yeah. Oh, trust me, we'll come back around it. Dutch, thank you so much for jumping in, man. I really appreciate you, and thank you so much for being here. Dutch, if you don't know, is a major part of the community. He's a staple like no other. He is amazing. The work that he does, the art that he does, the controllers and things like that he has actually created. You should go to his website and check it out. And I should say, check out the what happened there? Sorry. Check out the all the craziness that happened there. It's just absolutely amazing, the work that he's done. Check out his channel on Twitter. Dutch, give us that real quick for us. Everybody can go check that out. It's also in the link below, by the way. It's in the description.
Yeah. So it's Wondering Dutch at YouTube and Wondering Dutch on Twitter. So you can find me everywhere there. And of course, if you're still inkling for another showcase while you wait and you haven't watched it already, the Community Indie Showcase is still up there and has a load of things shown on there that you haven't seen before.
Excellent, by the way.
It is great.
Excellent.
Thanks again.
That's such a good show.
And
thank you, Dutch.
If you don't mind, Rhetri, before we move on, I've got to thank all the 126 people that are in the chat right now, and also I want you to read this super chat for us.
We got some breaking news.
Absolutely. All right. Let me get through this one. JD Gamer at the $20 super chat. I've been quiet. Let the showcase go down, and now all I want is those PS fan knees. Kneel before your king, Phil Dominus, Maximus Aurelius, as Lord King would say. Xbox has no games. PlayStation has no games. Yes, JD Gamer, I love it.
Oh my gosh, that's what did you drop another one?
Great super chat.
Another one.
Okay, here we go. Let's
do another
that
one
too.
All right, JD Gamer, another 20. Appreciate you, brother. Good guy out of the community right here. This guy.
Yes, he is.
A PS fan told me when we were down on our knees, weak at each other's throats after the events of Redfall and the ABK block, that Xbox was done. Well, I say that's over in the next 18 months of Xbox's first-party next-gen output surpasses PlayStation. Facts, JD. Absolute facts, brother. That's
Thank
why
you
we
so
know.
much for the super chats, buddy.
Yeah, when Phil came out and said, when he was on XCast and he says, I can see it, I can see the roadmap. This is what he was talking about. Like we talked about earlier with Dirt, we were saying how many awesome games weren't there, and this showcase still killed it. Like that's just amazing to me.
Yep. I don't know if you guys see in the chat, but there's some breaking news. Ty Howard confirmed Starfield will be 4K 30 on the X
4K
and 14,
okay.
and 1440p 30 on the S.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised.
It's a massive game.
I figured.
Massive game.
Yeah, I've been saying forever, like that the scope was just probably too big for them to pull 60 off. Look, at the end of the day, what I just saw, like I was telling these guys in the green room, it doesn't matter. Like that.
Right,
usually, I am definitely a 60 FPS guy. Do not get me wrong. Did I want it? Absolutely. Of course, I want like the best of the best. But after I just saw what I saw during that showcase,
it looked great.
I honestly forgot about the frames for a second. Like I really did. It was that good.
Yep.
Tim, you there, brother?
4K 30. So.
I'm here.
All right, just making sure. Just making sure that I saw you popped out. You came back in. So.
Yeah, no, I got caught up and I couldn't get back in for some reason.
No worries. You know what, Rhetri, I'm gonna call an audible. I would like to go ahead and let's get in case Tim has any kind of issues or anything with his phone. I want to get him out now so we don't miss him. If you don't mind, Tim, 100%. Just start at the wherever you want to on the showcase. Your feelings, your thoughts. Anything about it, everything about it that we want to hear from you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, listen, I remember 3 weeks ago when this community was pretty much at its wit's end. Redfall had come out. Then Phil had the interview, and things were really bad. I mean, everyone in this panel, I think, held true. But I was a little disappointed in some of the stuff that I saw. But I did feel that this could possibly happen, where they could pull this ace out of their sleeve, where Sony could have this showcase where it was underwhelming. They have a ton of games of service that are coming, which obviously their fans don't like. And then they would give Xbox this huge opportunity. That happened. Then there was no sandbagging in Summerfest, and then we get to the showcase today. I have to tell you, this showcase, I feel that they hit it on all cylinders. They did what they had to do. I think that they've had a learning experience from shows where they made mistakes, whereas it was a 12-month window, whether it was all CGI, and I think it was like an accumulation of them and their lessons, and they finally got everything right. They got everything right from the messaging from Aaron's tweets beforehand, and I felt like they set it up. Did I think that they were going to go this far and announce a game from Compulsion in Exile, show Fable in game? No way. What I feel is that they went all out, and they deserve a complete 10 out of 10. And I think that they basically did it. Yeah, you can nitpick some of the stuff, the Hellblade. You could even say that the Forza was kind of like a fast, short demo that didn't really go in depth, which probably was the case because they just wanted to get the date out there. You could say Avow's graphics can be a little more, they could definitely be more refined, and they will be. But for them to have Compulsion, which looked great, Fable, as we talked about, that just took our breaths away. When I was watching it, I'm like, what is this? Is this like CNN? I'm like, what is this, a person? I didn't even know that it was a game when he first started talking.
I didn't either.
I was like all confused. And then the way they came about it, I was like thoroughly impressed. And even everything that they showed, even from their games as a service, from Fallout 76 to Halo, not to Halo, to Elder Scrolls, everything that they showed basically had, it had substance to it, and it had, we're going to be playing this or have the ability to play this. they had all these Game Pass games where we were like, I was like, there's no way Payday is going to be Game Pass. And sure enough, it was Game Pass. Capcom's new game, Game Pass. Persona, all Game Pass. Persona's new game, which many people thought that would be like a PlayStation exclusive for like a year. Day one, not Game Pass, but it's on the system. I think that was, a big change. They got all of that correct, and then, they show In Exile, and I've talked about it on many podcasts, and I heard that In Exile for the last 2 years has been really impressing Xbox, and Fargo got a lot of things that he wanted, whether it would be certain types of people to work on or whatever. They really started to give him a lot of respect, and I think it was because they showed this game, and the game is unique. As you could say, we were all like wow, like this is pretty cool. And they nailed it. They announced what? How many games overall did they announce? Fable, Forza,
like first party. I think 11 first party.
I think on the showcase they said 11, like themselves.
First party.
Crazy.
So,
they consider like Flight Simulator 2024.
Yeah.
You know, it's a Sobo. They consider a first party.
Exact right.
So, from that aspect, they nailed it completely. And then even the hardware, I thought the Black Series S was really cool. I think that they would have been really cool if it was $299 and they lowered the price.
Exactly, Tim. I was just saying the same thing to Webb earlier. I was like, I really thought they were going to hit that 300, but that's okay. It's understandable. It's twice the amount of space. People have been calling for it. They gave it to you. Like, I mean, I think that's Xbox listening to the community once again.
During the holidays, you're gonna get $299 and $249.
Be great.
So, and then finally, they had the Starfield thing, and listen, that game, I have to say, is so big. I'm intimidated. I'm at the point where I'm intimidated by it. Like,
you
there
should
is
be.
so much to do. There is so much, like, you could get lost in that game for 500 hours, it seems. Like, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not creating a ship. That's like I'm gonna either steal a ship, which I think is really cool, or I'm buying a ship. I'm doing either one of them. Doing the outpost. But listen, I watched that whole hour, and I was like completely glued to it. It went so fast. Well, that's the old saying: when you're having fun, time flies.
Right.
It was so good what they showed. And I think you look around the internet, everyone's now back on the Starfield. Bandwagon, and it also shows you after a year. And you'll see this with Avowed. After a year, listen, a lot of people complaining about the frame rate and the shooting. Nobody's complaining about the shooting. Everyone was saying, "Oh, it looks like it helped them out because the shooting and all the combat was like really cool." And I like how you could even choose to be a brute force and just go after however you want. You
like just super punching people. A guy was like punching people out of the atmosphere.
But overall, just 10 out of 10.
Awesome. That's so great, man. And thank you so much for dropping in. Dude, I want to, Rhetri, if you don't mind, let's read these super chats real quick, and then we're going to get back to Dirts. And of course, throughout the conversation, Tim, you got more comments. You just jump right back in, buddy. I want to make sure you do that. So there you go,
okay,
Rhetri.
so Joe Bailey, $10 super chat here. Just want to sleep for 6 months. Starfield was amazing. I hear you, brother. Absolutely. It looks incredible. It absolutely incredible. Skywalker UAV 1 $5 super chat, super sticker. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And then hold on to your hats, boys and girls.
Whoa,
JD, dude. Okay.
Whoa.
JD.
Thank you so much, sir.
Shout out to
Shit,
JD.
dude, you're, I'm almost in tears. That's crazy.
I know.
JD Gamer, $100 super chat. Before you PS fans run around talking about Starfield at 30 FPS, and I'm looking at you, Dragon. We all know who he's talking about.
Yeah, of course.
Explain that garbage PS showcase that you were hyping. There's no running. There's no hiding. There's nothing that's gonna save you. You PS fans from taking that L after L after L on this.
Yeah, JD Gamer. I like that.
JD.
That talking.
Yeah. You're speaking Dirt's language right now. You definitely
Exactly.
got to go on his
Fuck
podcast.
that shit.
Exactly.
JD
not
Gamer,
wrong,
thank you
JD.
again, sir. Thank you so
You're
much.
not wrong.
Greatly appreciate that. You didn't have to really. That means a lot, man. To be honest, I thought, maybe someday we'll get $100 super chat. It's like, holy shit!
Today's
thank
that
you.
day.
JD.
It
Shout
is
out
a
to
good
JD.
day. Oh goodness! All right, so let's we're gonna bring Tim back in. He's been a little bit of phone trouble, but he is back. We're gonna add him back. There you are, Tim. Welcome back,
There he
sir.
is.
Sorry about that.
Dude, it's okay.
I gotta turn my cell service off because people are calling me and it overrides it. So
Oh, I get you. I can see that. I can see. Well, you are
Good
quite
idea.
popular.
Yeah, that's true. I'm sure a lot of people want to talk to you and know what the heck your opinion is after we just saw what we saw today. So I'm not surprised.
Yeah, for
But,
sure,
yeah.
for sure. All right, well, let's jump over to Dirt and let's get your highs, lows, your feelings, your score, your expectations, your what was missing, and what were you super ecstatic about? Just everything you think, anything you want, just throw at it. Just don't.
I wouldn't mind hearing everyone's top 3 too. We did that in Boom
Yeah.
Show. I'm stealing that Boom. I
Do it.
would like. I'm just curious, like for you guys, if you only had to pick 3, because that was very hard for me to do. What you would actually choose out of this show? That was just such
are we
a
including
fantastic show.
Starfield?
Yeah, I was about to ask
Yes,
that.
yeah. I mean,
Yes,
if you want, you
want.
can make a 4th if you want, Tim. Like, you do you, man. You're good. Hard to deny Starfield.
Tim, you
Hard
do
to
whatever
deny
you
that.
want.
I'll
Do whatever the
I'm
hell
gonna
you
go-
want.
I'm gonna go Starfield, Fable, and then I really liked what I saw from Avowed, but potentially
tough.
I'm gonna go with this potentially because I think that it captures. I was reading some of what Compulsion wants to do, and I had the liberty of or the chance when it was with TXR to interview people from Compulsion, and they were super intelligent, super cool. But the potential got me with the South of
Midnight.
South of Midnight, yeah.
Yeah, great title too. I like it.
It's supposed to incorporate the South and the dark, the scary parts or whatever. I was reading a little bit about it. As you know, New Orleans, I think that they have a lot of voodoo and stuff like that.
Yep.
So I'm really hoping it's like stuff like that because it's really super cool. But yeah, just the way like that whole entire trailer was, it definitely caught my imagination, and they're very well known for that. As you guys remember, what was it? We Happy Few.
Yeah.
Right.
They did
Yep.
that, but yeah, they definitely got me like I want to see. I'm hoping that game is and knowing them, they'll make it screwed up. Like they're not
Right.
afraid.
Exactly.
They're not afraid to, and we had that conversation. They're not afraid to push barriers. Like, when you're having a video game where you're taking a pill and it's making you happy, that draws like
that was crazy. Yeah.
you know what I mean? So
Mhm.
I think that they got me with the potential of that. Things like Forza, I think Forza was just, like I said, like a placeholder. There wasn't. I think the team's hard at work, and they didn't really. They just threw something together for that. But Forza would usually be like tops for me. But I know that we know what we're getting in those games. But yeah, I'm gonna go with South of Midnight for the third.
I love that. That's a
Awesome.
good answer because I'm not
It is.
hearing that a lot. And I know, like for me personally, I've said in multiple podcasts that Compulsion and In Exile had to do something to get me to have confidence in them. And I can tell you without a doubt, I'm kind of with you, Tim, like they did that today. I'm like, okay, like now I'm paying attention to these studios. I've played their games. Like, you know, I liked Compulsion's games. I didn't love them. I liked them. Now I'm feeling like they have potential for me to love these studios. And that's what I want to see, right? That's what we want to see be under the Xbox umbrella.
Right.
We want to see the love. We want to see these studios expand out, you know, hire
And
more
a little-
people on and get a budget.
And a little tidbit on this, because I've been a little long-winded. In Exile also, like I said, was getting like internally like really big high praise. They got a lot of things that they wanted. And also from what I heard with Compulsion, at first they were kind of disgruntled because they were like, we want to be big, we want to make a AAA, we want our own studio, and they kind of were like being bitchy about it, I guess, or if they felt like they deserved it. In the end, they got what they wanted. They got their studio grew, and they got their own studio. And from what I heard, like I heard, like I think there was a little like people getting annoyed. But I think when Phil saw that video, that he saw what they were working on. From what I heard, like In Exile and Compulsion, behind closed doors, really impressed Phil. And obviously, you're seeing the fruits of that. It made today's show, which a lot could argue that could be a 2024 show or another maybe Games Award show, but to make it here, man, they just like I said, I'm just so happy that they showed those games. And yeah, it's tough picking Midnight over In Exile, because I have to be honest, In Exile looks insane, but I'm just gonna give it, because honestly, I just have a like super curiosity for both those games, but super duper curiosity for the lore and where they're going with that game. And like I said, Compulsion is one of the most creative developers out there, I think, and I think they're gonna prove it.
Yeah. I'm glad. I like what you're saying. I'm glad that Xbox is letting these guys be weird, stay weird. I'm with you, Tim. Like it looks very interesting to me. Like I love the whole Deep South weirdness. Hopefully it is like voodoo stuff, like you were saying. That'd be cool. Definitely gonna have to read more up on that game coming up. But Dutch, let's get your three since you're still here. What, like, if you only had to pick three, what would you pick out of the show that kind of were your highlights?
Ooh, just three? That's mean.
I know. It is mean.
You can do it.
I agree.
I know. It's rough. You can, you know what? You could do what I did during Boom Show, and I completely ignored him, and I said, I'm not just doing three. Do your thing. Do your thing, Dutch. You're good.
I'm gonna give kind of the ones that miss out on the three a quick shout at the end as well. But I'll give my solid three. So Fable's one of them. Surprisingly or not, Hellblade isn't this time round, but again, I've said why.
Yep.
I would say after that, it would probably be Clockwork Revolution. I think that took me by surprise as well. That looks absolutely fantastic. And then finally Starfield. Those are the three kind of key standouts for me. A quick little shout out to to Sea of Thieves Monkey Island.
Yes.
Was coming. We all knew it was coming. Well, I did anyway. I knew it was coming beforehand. We'd known it for months. It was just a case of when is it getting revealed. Star Wars Outlaws, again, did not expect it, but looked fantastic. It kind of reminds me of Ubisoft's version of a Jedi game, which is great. A story-based single-player Star Wars IP. So that looks fantastic. And again, another one, South of Midnight, which also looked really intriguing. Looking forward to learning more about that. But yeah, Fable, Clockwork, and Starfield are the three key ones.
Excellent. Thanks, Dutch.
No wrong answers.
I want to say,
Well,
thank you and welcome out to everybody. The 150 people that are in the chat right now. Thank you so much. Go ahead, Tim.
No, like it's 150. Also, to push on Wanderer's point, And I think we'll all agree. Give these games time too.
Mhm.
Like,
Yep.
don't
Yep.
rush these things.
Let
These
'em
things
cook.
look really good. Let them cook. And be what they be. I don't think you'll ever have a Redfall was a unique thing that was in the middle, and Xbox came in and they kind of didn't want to step on toes when they took Bethesda, and probably in retrospect they should have never announced it. But
Right.
like, they showing these now, and they all have us intrigued. Shit, take your time. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like,
Yes.
there's a ton of stuff, and especially if they do get Activision and that comes through, that'll be huge, because that could be, some filler for time for these guys. Give them more time to cook.
And there's
I
so many more
completely
games
agree.
that we were thought maybe they'll mention that didn't show up at all. So like,
Mhm.
there's so much still on the burner that's
Mhm.
cooking. I also want to give a big shout out to Boss Mod Lethal Papa, who is in our chat tonight as a guest mod. He was so nice enough to join us tonight, because I thought we could possibly have a little bit of
Some Hoof
pony
brothers
raid.
coming in here.
The pony there.
You never know. So he said he would come in, of course, because he's big fans of Tim and Dirt both. So it's great to have you here. But thank you so much for your time.
Appreciate you,
Rhetri, we
man.
have one more super chat for you to read, and then we're going to get
Sure.
Dirt's impressions on that.
Yeah, absolutely. JD Gamer, $5 again. Slow down, brother. You're going crazy. My 3+1
Appreciate you.
in picks would be Starfield, Fable, Outlaws, and South of Midnight, baby. I love that more people are picking up on South of Midnight. I love that. Question for the panel: did Xbox Shadow acquire Asobo? Feels like it, doesn't it?
Feels like
What
it.
do you guys think?
I think he's got a great relationship. That's all.
Yeah, possible.
We know it's coming.
Possible.
We know it's
definitely
coming,
could be
JD.
coming. Yeah,
It's coming.
If they're
Like,
smart,
there's
they
no
will,
doubt.
for sure.
right.
They have the money to do it, so why not?
Yeah, absolutely. And they are experts in the cloud. Like, why wouldn't you grab the guys that know the cloud inside and out and work with the people who provide that cloud? You know what I mean? Like, it makes too much sense. Asobo's coming for sure.
All right, Dirt, you have the
City
floor, sir.
Skylines. Was
Oh, yeah. What's that?
Was City Skylines too Asobo as well?
I don't.
Is
Was
that
it?
them?
No.
I don't think
No,
so.
I don't
I think
think
it's
so.
somebody
I don't think
else.
so. Yeah.
No, okay.
It kind of feels like it, though. It feels like it
Right.
kind of does feel like it could be them, but I'm pretty sure that's a different dev.
Well, actually, it's what's playing on the screen right now. So
Yeah,
we'll find out
I would
who
say
did it.
Yeah, I guess
we'll find out
30
shortly.
seconds.
We'll find out shortly.
Dirt,
I'll
you have
tell
the
you, I'm
floor, buddy.
watching this whole thing over and over,
Yeah.
and even watching it, I think everyone will all watch it 3 or 4 times.
Oh yes.
It's really impressive. Like, you notice things like when we were talking about Shadow. If I haven't watched this again, I might not have picked Shadow, but watching it the second time, because I think maybe there was something wrong with the movie theater when I was there, because it was like, I don't know what was going on. But yeah, like just rewatching it, you're gonna take in a lot of different stuff, especially like stuff like that Wandering pointed out. Flight Simulator is a completely new game.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Yep.
And
So
City
it's not
Skylines
a
2
Asobo.
it is coming to, though, Game Pass like everything else, October 24th.
Nice.
Yep. Dirt, you want to answer the toughest question ever? Give us our 3, or just completely ignore that and just keep going?
Yeah. First, let me get my honorable mention. My honorable mention was South of Midnight. Is it South till Midnight or South of Midnight?
I think it's South of Midnight. At least that's what I wrote down.
Yes.
I was writing very quickly, so
that's when the clock goes to. If you remember when she was asking about the monster,
right?
And the clock is going right.
And the monster's behind her. Right. Okay. Yeah, that's my honorable mention, because I had to have a top 3, so that's a close 4, because that game looks incredible. Third person action adventure game from Compulsion, so I'm definitely looking forward to that. I would say Clockwork Revolution. That has looked incredible to me, man. That looked great. I love the time manipulation stuff. I love stuff like that, and it just reminds me of BioShock Infinite. So, and I enjoyed that game. And of course, I'm going to say Starfield and Fable, man. Both of those games really blew me away. The in-depth Starfield. I actually need to go back and watch it because we were kind of talking a lot through the 1 hour, because I didn't realize it was going to be 1 hour. 1 hour.
I didn't
thought
either.
The showcase was going to be 1.5 hours, and Starfield would be 30 minutes.
Yeah, that did surprise me.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, wait a second, we're going into the direct. Okay, yeah.
So that's an in-depth, a whole hour or so, and it looked incredible, man. Whether it's in 30 or whatever, I thought it looked great. And Fable. What else can we say about Fable, man?
Mm-hmm. They definitely nailed the comedy in that. That's for sure. As I knew they would, but yeah.
Yeah, it looks good. So listen, I am excited about the future of Xbox. And there were some down years. Tim knows more than anybody else. Tim's still out there talking shit, though. I love it. Sure. Tim didn't care back in 2017 and 18 when Xbox really ain't had nothing. Tim was still out there talking shit. I love Tim, man. But
I looked at myself and now I realize, like, I thought about that today, not to interrupt, but like I was going full blown crazy, and they had fucking 4 studios. Excuse me,
bro.
I'm like thinking about like why, but I should have kept my mouth shut. Like now,
hey, you're older, you're wiser. In retrospect, that's
but like I mean,
Tim was out there fighting, man.
Yeah. Listen, Xbox. I think that they really came into their own in 2017, 18. Like they were never really a part of Microsoft or part of their real plans. And now it's like they're doing $67 billion.
It's just the games take time, right, Tim? That's all.
Yes, and a lot of people were saying why it was in Gears 6, and what I could say about that is Gears originally was
the Coalition.
Coalition was originally going to be working on a new game that was going to get them versed in Unreal Engine 5. But what happens basically is now it's getting to the point where games take 7 years to make, right before pre-production and everything. So they just legit went into it. That game, when that comes out, I do believe will be the game that really, it's going to come out a lot later, but it's going to be like really graphically impressive. They're the best at what they do on Unreal Engine. But that's the reason why they're full on Gear 6 right now. It's just like I said, these games, I think Sony, you saw their showcase. They got games cooking, but these games take 5, 6, 7 years to cook. It used to be 3-year, 4-year turnarounds.
Yeah.
It's now fucking 6, 7. Sorry, I'm a little shy.
No, you're good, Tim. We do that here.
No, I don't want you guys to get a demonetization, but even Schreier, we might not be a fan of him, but he said if you started a game today, you're into next gen.
Right.
Yeah.
You're not even
AAA game. Yeah, man.
Yep.
Absolutely, Tim. I'm glad you said it because I watched a video recently. I mentioned this on my podcast where they said a brand new AAA game built from the ground up could take 5 to 6 or even 7 years. It depends on the scale of the game. And that goes to show you why Xbox is putting themselves in a great position, especially after the ABK acquisition, where they're going to have so many different studios working at the same time, doing different things. And I really feel, not to start bashing PlayStation, but I think their showcase showed that a lot of the games they've had this generation were PS4 games, that will further in development. But now those Shaun Layden games are done. Now we're in the Jim Ryan era, and those games are going to take some time, man. So Xbox is putting themselves in a great position, and we have so many more games that they have coming. So I'm just happy for it. But back to yes, like you said. So I said Fable, like the Propulsion game is my
South of Midnight.
My honorable mention. Clockwork. I was about to say Clockwork Orange.
Everybody's doing that, right? Everyone cannot stop saying Clockwork Orange.
I know. I was hoping it was. I was like, Clockwork Orange?
That'd be awesome. Yeah. Clockwork's Revolution and Starfield. Those are my games. They all look incredible, man. Great time to be an Xbox fan.
Oh my God, yeah.
It is. And just this is a perfect time for this particular super chat for you to read there, Rhetri.
Gio Walker, that's the homie right there.
Gio Walker, $5 to paraphrase Dune. The pony salt must flow. I love that.
Gio Walker, I love it.
There you go.
Love the Dune reference.
Yeah.
That's great.
I love it, Gio Walker.
He awesome, and man, this is great. I'm loving this, and what a great chat tonight. Over 150 people, pretty steady, sticking with us, and we appreciate that. And gosh, so Rhetri, let's get your thoughts on it real quick. Let's get your take, man.
So for me, I'll start with my score, and I'll start with the negative, and I'll go right into the positive. So for me, it was a 9.5. Very close to a 10. The only reason for me it was not a 10, and people might disagree with this, I expected to see the Game Pass family plan. I was a little disappointed they didn't do that here, especially with all the Game Pass games that were being shown. So it is what it is. I know it's coming. Like there's no doubt it's coming. I don't know when, but I would have lost a lot of money because I would have bet a lot of money that it was showing up today. But it is what it is. So all in all, though, for me, they showed me the games I was personally most interested in. For me, my number one before the show started that I was most interested in was Avowed. I'm a big Obsidian fan. For me, they cannot miss. I love the Outer Worlds. Great game. And I'm actually happy. I know a lot of people, we talked about this on Boom Show. A lot of people were a little surprised that that the game doesn't quite look what they thought it was maybe going to have like a darker tone. And then you see the Avowed trailer and it's very bright. There's very this magic, and there's a lot of the color palette is, I think, not what we exactly expected. Be honest with you, I'm okay with it, because to me it looked more like Outer Worlds, and that's kind of what I wanted. I want Obsidian to make an Obsidian game, and I think that's exactly what we saw. So I'm super excited for that one. That's of course on my list. It was nice to see Star Wars. I did not expect that to be shown whatsoever.
Yeah, that was a nice third party.
That was a nice little tip. I would have loved it if it was on Game Pass, but I know that would have cost them a pretty penny. But it is it is what it is. Again, like you guys were saying, compulsion game. I've been saying for a while, compulsion and Exile. For me, they had to prove to me I want to be a fan of theirs. And they definitely did that today. Fable, I'm still blown away by that. My mind is legit having a hard time believing that was real, what I was seeing. And it obviously was, but it's just crazy to me that it looks that good. I shouldn't be surprised because it's Playground, but for me, seeing all the Eastern games come too, I know a lot of people we've been saying, I'm saying on Game Pass Daily on my show and stuff, that it's a big deal that I've been telling people they're not messing around. They are putting money for the Eastern audience. They're doing it. And you saw that today. If you were not paying attention,
100%.
we got multiple Atlas games coming into Game Pass. They're showing their brand new game as well. I think is it Metaphor? Is that the new one?
Capcom Game Pass.
Capcom. Who the hell saw that coming? It was on my wish list. I wanted a Capcom game to get into Game Pass and for Xbox to push, to put Capcom out there for everyone to see, and it happened. I was shocked to see a Path of, I think it was Path of Goddess. So it's nice seeing the Eastern. They're putting their money where their mouth is. This is no longer a joke. I've been telling people, if you've been paying attention to Game Pass, the amount of indie Eastern games that have hit Game Pass in the last year is pure insanity. If I counted them, you'd probably crap your pants. For me, I'm kind of there with you guys. In Exile game, the Steampunk game, the BioShock game, Clockwork Revolution. Damn, that kind of almost stole the show for me because it was such a nice surprise. It's so beautiful. It reminds me of BioShock 3 so much. and I'm all about it. I've been waiting for like a new type of BioShock game to come in, so I'm excited. This show, the app absolutely killed it. It's more shocking to me how much I like this show when you had Indiana Jones missing, Everwild missing, Perfect Dark missing, State of Decay missing, id Software missing, Coalition missing. Guys, what does that tell you? Like the cadence is here. The cadence is here, and it's not going away. Like Tim was saying earlier, let them cook. They got plenty of studios. When they get ABK, dude, it's over. It's over. Like they're going to be able to take these studios and put them on all kinds of different projects. What they better do. I hope they do that, right? So we're going to get even more games. It's not just going to be a Call of Duty engine necessarily, or at least I hope not. But yeah, I think it's a great time to be an Xbox fan, and I think Xbox has finally got to the point where they can say for AAAs a year, and they're actually gonna hit that. Like,
Booty,
seems like no problem.
Not to interrupt you, but Booty reiterated that today. Also, in the chat, somebody asked, yes, if you have Game Pass, you can apply it to the the 5-day early.
The 5-day. Is that confirmed? Because I would assume.
I'm pretty sure. I saw it was $31.
Okay.
Yep.
Or something like that. But I do believe, I mean, in the past that they have done that, that you do get it incorporated.
Okay, that's awesome.
And Post Up, what's up? He's waiting for the Activision Blizzard simulator.
Yeah, Post.
That's pretty funny.
Simulator.
Oh,
yeah, so that's what I get, Dave. If you want to do your roundup of what you thought of the show, go for it, brother.
Well, I guess that was okay.
Don't be that guy. This guy,
Dude,
it's got to be devil's advocate.
It was fucking awesome. That's dude, beyond hyped, man. Absolutely through the moon. And I put up the screen with they showed earlier. They tweeted this out. Xbox did of all the showcase games, all the ones that we saw today. And what a lineup! Got it on the screen for everybody to check out. What an amazing lineup! I mean, obviously Starfield, but Towerborn, which we're going to see more of that on Tuesday. Cyberpunk, man, I really, I love playing it, but now I want to get back into it now. It's so exciting, and so many other great games in that. The Star Wars Outlaws, where'd that come from? But oh my gosh! So if I had to do my big pick, I'd say Fable. That's probably my number one. It was when you saw the chicken flying across the screen, it was like they kicking chickens. Hell yes. I loved it, man. And then oh my gosh, Avowed, I really like that one. The Forza, and now we got a date for that. And it's right in there close to Spider-Man. Interesting. And yes, I would definitely want to see more of Hellblade 2. And hopefully we're going to see more coming up in the next few days. But from what I did see, I'm still pumped for it, man. I'm pretty excited about it for sure. Just so many good things, and it feel like almost a sigh of relief that we needed this as fans as well as the overall community, and Phil, Sarah, and the whole team, they earned it. Big pat on the back. Big congratulations to them. We have got two more quick super chats. JD, you're the man today. I'm gonna let you read these real quick, Rhetri, because salt is pouring.
Yeah, JD Gamer, $5 super chat. Salt, salty. PS fan tier everywhere. You PS fans better be buying an Xbox. That's right. Go buy an Xbox. Are the little horsies gonna play? Never bet against X. X gonna give it to you, and X did.
Hey, I love it, JD.
There you go. There's another one.
Gamer, $5 super chat. Panel, can we highlight each year's games? Like which ones were hitting in 2023, then 2024, and then beyond?
Sorry.
That's a good question, actually.
Yeah.
I'll attack it because
go for it.
So I think they'll be lucky to get Avowed and Fable next year, and Hellblade. I think you'll get 2 of the 3. I think Fable will be 2025.
Yeah, I think so too.
I'm with you on that.
So you have that. Then you have Indiana Jones, 2025. Project Dark. I heard that the latest is that they got their footing. Probably still behind. That's probably a 2025, possibly 2026. Everwild, 2026. Supposedly they rebooted it. The latest I heard on that is that it's which I like. It's going to be less of a survival, more of a Viva Pinata revival.
Right? Yeah. Yep.
So, which is music to my ears. And State of Decay 3, another studio that kind of was barren and down and out, but they kind of got their footing. They had some internal stuff going on. 2025, 2026. Now, like I said, those are really out there, but they have the 3 big games, I think, right now. Avowed, which I think probably come next year. I also think Forza Horizon will come next year, and it'll probably be next gen only. I don't think that they're going to cancel that series. And then you have the outliner games that we talked about: Gear 6, 2026, 2027, Elder Scrolls, 2026, 2027. What do we have? Id has been more of a support studio. I hate to say it. They helped with Redfall, and if you played Redfall, I kind of like the shooting in Redfall. You can definitely feel it. And today, and with the updated shooting and the way it looked and felt, you didn't really feel it, but if you were playing it, you would have. But I think that they've been mostly a support studio, and they're going to probably on some type of project. And Arcane is they're probably in pre-production on a single player, and they're also last I heard was they didn't they were going to outsource Redfall's DLC, but the team kind of got their footing and they wiped themselves off and said, look, we're going to finish this. So they're going to finish Redfall, the DLC, the 2 characters, and I guess whatever else they have planned, and then they're going to move on to their single player. And then, like I said, it really is that's very good sounding, and comparatively to the competition, it blows them away. Because then I've talked about it at length. I think Sony is really pushing for games as a service. They're going to throw out 10 games, and they're just going to hope one game sticks.
Right.
One game sticks. It's a success because that one game makes more than The Last of Us and Ghost of Tsushima all combined, because that's where the money is. Xbox has 3 established games as a service. Halo is trying to get itself established, but it's good that the focus is not there. But if they could get this ABK somehow done, you're talking about the dynasty of games, and I mean that in a sincere way. I really feel like just think about it. If they didn't have all this stuff, we would be getting Diablo 4 probably announced at the show. And that we would want a part of it. And how much, if we had that today, would we be talking? So, and so Stalker 2 is a game that probably 2024, but obviously they have bigger things to deal with. They've had a hell of a time, and God bless them. And
yes.
Whatever happens with them, there's no pressure.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Agreed.
Does anyone think we saw the thing from New Zealand from the official Xbox Twitter, and the two deciding factors were they were teasing Psychonauts 3, or I believed Evil Within 3 from Tango Gameworks. Was anyone surprised that didn't show up, or Tim, you got any thoughts, or anyone when you think that could possibly come?
I was told What's the Psychonauts the developer?
Double Fine.
Double Fine, yeah.
I was told that they were going to have a game here from a really good source who told me Fable was going to be here before anybody. So, and it wasn't. So, I think that's in the works. As far as I forgot about Tango. Tango, I
There's so
believe
many, right?
I think Tango is going to work both on the game that just came out.
Hi-Fi.
Hi-Fi Rush.
Hi-Fi. They'll have 2,
Yep.
and they're going to work on Evil Within 3 because I think that's part of the plan with them. I mean, there's so many studios.
Yeah, I
you really
agree.
think about with Xbox, it's like you lose track.
Yeah,
You know,
it's
and they're
insane.
big studios. They're not like when I'm arguing with like listen, I'm not putting down studios, but you're not going to compare Nixxes to Arcane, even if Arcane had a bad game. Nixxes is just a studio that does ports. You're not going to compare Firespire to id. You just like or
Right,
Firewalk, you know, or even Haven. Yeah, it has Jane Raymond, or she's involved or somehow, but that's not going to touch freaking Obsidian. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Xbox has a lot of quality studios that people have slept on, and obviously, as we know, games take time. But you know, we've been here. We've waited about 4 years, and this was the showcase that I think we've all wanted 3 years ago.
Yeah.
But you know, it just didn't happen. But you know, they're really in a good position, and today, like I said, I think it gets them on a good track. Like moving forward, they're in a pretty good position. You know, they shouldn't be able to screw this up.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. I mean, just looking at like what they're saying, what's coming for next year being what you got, like Fable, Avowed, Hellblade. I mean, that's a huge year. Like just those 3 games more than pays for Game Pass. That's not including the other 200 plus games they will have in Game Pass next year. Like it's an insane value. I don't know if you watch this show, I don't know how the heck you wouldn't be signing up for it. Which is again why I was a little surprised. I thought the family plan was going to drop, but you know, it's coming. But yeah.
Yes,
it is
30 frames per second. I see the chat going crazy. It is 30 frames per second.
Yeah.
Listen, the game has global illumination. When I saw it at that, I'm like, it is what it is. I hate, you know, I mean, the Xbox probably got ahead of themselves saying that it was going to be the standard. They should have never done that because probably have now 3 games that might be 30 frames per second. I do feel like 60 frames per second could come at a later date. Just like it happened with Hellblade, just like it happened with Fallout and stuff. I think that it will happen, but it's just not going to happen. It's going to be like a Redfall thing that happens.
Yeah, I agree.
After the fact.
Yeah, agreed. And a lot of the stuff we're talking about, like there may still be a few things that pop up on Tuesday because they talked about there will still be some announcements on Tuesday, so we could get. Aside from the deep dives they're going to do, we might get that little bit of nugget here or there that we were like, oh man, I want to know about that. I'm still holding out hope because I'm really ready for them to announce the family plan is ready to go. We need that. We got to have it. Hopefully before holidays.
We got to get on them about it.
Yeah,
because I'm a little nervous that. I'm going to be honest with you. We were saying that I heard somebody think it was. We said it was a sure shot. I don't know. I went to this one thing. It was a bunch of Xbox people and it was influencers. It was it was basically we were just talking about stuff. We weren't supposed to talk about anything at the time. But now it's times has passed. I think I could talk about it. But one of the biggest things that they talked about was like entry into the marketplace. Or barriers. I think they had I forgot the word that they use or the phrase that they use, but like they're considering having not in the North America region, but like in other regions where they have less of penetration in the market. Like they want to do this like Game Pass where you play an ad and you could watch it for free.
Right.
They want to do stuff like that.
Sure.
The thing that scares me with the family plan is that they're trying it in like Ireland. They're trying it in areas that really Xbox is like pretty barren.
Do you think though that Tim, that maybe that's just like if like
I'm
I don't
worried
know.
it is,
Like
but
I would
Game
do it.
Pass.
I would
Like
do it because of the servers. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I would wonder if it's more of a thing of like testing a smaller area to see all the issues you're gonna have with that area after you launch it, and
Stress
then
test.
you launch it. Yeah, exactly, a stress test. That's what I'm kind of thinking it might be, but you
I'm
could be
hoping.
onto something. Yeah,
Well, I'm just a little worried because I
hoping,
know
right?
that they said that they would have it wouldn't be unified, and it really isn't unified, and that's Xbox has to work on it. Like I know some people in different regions don't have Xbox rewards, and to be honest, Xbox rewards is a huge thing.
Oh yes,
and I think every one of Xbox fans should be entitled to it. But I understand there's a little difference here with currency and the way things work. But I think that they should try to fix that. Localization used to be a big problem with them. They've gotten that better. They didn't have a lot of language support, whereas Sony, was like super really good at that. And it shows because of how much dominance they have in Europe and stuff like that. It was because a lot of times they were on top of stuff where Xbox was lackadaisical. But the thing is like I said, they would be willing to try something like the ad thing in say a different region. And I'm thinking it's more about public reception because let's be honest, if they did that here, even though it's a good thing, I think that people would spin it negative.
Oh, they're gonna spin it negative 100%. But I agree with you. Like I think,
well,
like
there's
me
really
and Dave
nothing
have talked
negative
about
it.
Right. There's nothing negative. That's what me and Dave have said. Like there's not this allows more people to get into the ecosystem. Because part of this thing was you get those games like 6 months later. Well, yeah, that's fine. It's almost like EA Play. Like you get that stuff later. But you pay a much cheaper price, and that allows people that don't have a ton of money. Exactly. Yeah. Like I think it's a good deal, but you're right, Tim. It would definitely be spun against the ads. They're doing ads.
And then everyone thinks that Game Pass has ads, and it doesn't. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But there's also the craziness going on right now. And some of our chat has kind of mentioned that too. In Twitter, I've got it open another window and kind of scrolling through it a little bit. But there's a lot of salty ponies that are blowing up on that on the Starfield 30.
Oh yeah, they're using that as ammunition
right
now. Yeah, they're using it as ammunition. Like they was wishing for something they can be negative about.
They nibble at that. Go right ahead.
Yeah. That's the thing that they're negative about, and they're not worried that they have Firespire Studio is what they're hyping. Let them have it all out of it.
Exactly.
Starfield 30 frames per second. I think is not even a big problem. And I was thinking about it, like watching that show, and I know Phil said that it would have been answered, which it had been answered.
Yeah.
Watching that show, I would have thought it would have been so disingenuous for them to be like, and we've listened, and you're gonna get Starfield at 60 frames per second. Like, I just didn't see them just doing that pivot, and I can understand why. I mean, the game, it is what it is. Like. And like I said, Xbox kind of put themselves in this predicament because they talk that shit, as Griggity would say.
Yes.
But if you really care about frames per second, and that's like the thing that you have to have, like you're just gonna have to go with a PC.
Yeah, get a PC.
That's true.
There you go. Hey, Rhetri, let's read these 3 super chats we got built up here real quick. And JD Gamer, dude, I love you, man, but save your money. Here we go.
At least for another show, like JD Gamer, $50 super chat. Somebody help me. That's what the little horsies are saying. Left, right, left, right, left. Super powered haymakers coming in bip bang bop. all on PlayStation Head. And who knows when Xbox is gonna stop? If ABK goes through, It's over. Somebody bury that stinking body. Oh, JD,
I was just
killing me,
saying
brother.
earlier, after this great showcase and the ABK deal coming up, if that when the deal goes through, oh man, we're gonna have some fun, man.
It's going through.
This soul
We
is
know
it's gonna be great.
All right,
Doc
Rhetri.
50, $5 super chat. Force powers at end. Yeah, okay. Force powers at end of Starfield gameplay.
Yeah,
guys,
I saw that too.
let's talk on that.
Yeah, I was like, what was that like?
We
Jedi
got
powers
some theories. I think it's part to do with like the lore and the whole the alien technology. I don't think it's like a power thing.
Give me 1 second, Rhetri. Let's read this last super chat and then jump back. Right
sorry
back to
about that. I didn't realize it was third. My bad. JD Gamer, $2 super chat. I know you all peeped that Hexen tee Phil was wearing. Another good point.
Who made Hexen? Who made Hexen?
Oh, that would be when the ABK deal goes through. That is a property that is owned by
so
yes.
Phil's wearing some ABK shit.
Dude, I the confidence in wearing that shirt, that was a giant FU. Like
I mean, so listen, I'm such a I got so sick of the ABK talk that I quit podcasting altogether. But I mean, like I'm still at that point, like, but do you guys think I know Wandering, he's very versed, he knows a lot. Do you think it's gonna get? Do you think it's gonna happen or what?
Yes.
I mean,
yep.
I think in less than 2 months, this will be wrapped up.
Me too.
I think it's gonna definitely happen this year. I don't know about 2 months, but I definitely think it's happening this year.
Dutch, okay. You can be a non-believer. It's okay, Dutch. We still love you.
Nope.
Speak your piece.
You think it'll ever happen, or you think it's just gonna get shot down?
No, it's definitely not going to get 60 on console. Definitely not. PC, he doesn't even want it to be 60 on PC. He doesn't want it to be 60 on PC. That's Todd Howard. He just doesn't want it to be 60. He's intentionally set it at, and he said it multiple times. He said the reason he set it at 30 is because he wanted to be that filmic game. He wanted to be that filmic experience, and he wants to keep it that way.
Yeah. Dutch. The question was, will the ABK deal get?
Oh, the ABK deal.
Finished? Yes, that was the question. That's okay.
The ABK deal, I would say probably still 70-30.
There you go. I was taken back for a second. I was like, wait, Dutch, I thought you were for that. Or thinking it was gonna happen.
It's been a long day for all of us, and all of a sudden,
no, 70-30 for the ABK stuff, but it's likely, I would say, at this point, it's likely it's going to get extended. They will renegotiate. I don't think the terms will change. I think the both of them want to get it done, so the terms will stay the same. They'll just renegotiate those exact terms again and go forward.
Kick the can down the road a little bit.
Yeah,
because if they get, that's pretty ballsy by Phil to wear that shirt.
Yeah, it is.
But no, about what we originally got, and like I said, we're all kind of punchy because it's been, I mean, for all of us. I mean, for me, I woke up at 9, I drove and got into the city. City's crazy, obviously. Went there, watched that, came back. I'm driving home, and I'm like in a catonic state, and I'm thinking I'm driving and I'm in Fable. I don't know what the hell.
Really glad you made it home alive, buddy.
Yeah,
felt really bad.
It was a 2-hour drive home, but what Druid was saying, and I noticed that. What the hell was that with the guy doing the freaking Vader shit?
With the powers, Doc 50 force powers at the end of Starfield gameplay. Yeah. What do you guys think of that? Like, I have my theory. I think it has to do with alien technology. Because I think we've been told a million times that everything in Starfield is supposed to be very grounded. You're seeing almost like old technology with new technology too. So I don't think they're going to go avowed and do superpowers necessarily. I mean, obviously something was going on there. It was at the very, very end of it too.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, did you see it? You know what I mean? It was it kind of felt like a one last thing. Here's a power or something. I don't know. What do you guys think? Go ahead.
It seemed like it's they left it at the end of the trailer for a reason.
Yeah.
In my opinion, it was their way of saying, yo, this is something you guys probably would be surprised about. And boom, the force or whatever. So yeah, I'm not sure. I obviously don't know where it's gonna come from. I do like your prediction though from alien technology, but I think it's gonna be cool, man. I thought it looked pretty cool, and they wanted to end the trailer on that big, oh my god, yo, what was that? So that's just something about the game we just didn't know about. They teased us with that, like there's powers, you have magical powers, like a telepathic powers. What do you have? So
right.
That's just keeping people even more interested, trying to predict and like speculation, like, yo, what else can you do in this game? Huge game. So that's all I think it was. They just really wanted to show, yeah, we got more up on our sleeve than you guys think. Look at this.
They were like going through, like, my head started spinning when they were going through like building the thing and it looked like Megatron or whatever.
Oh, the Mac.
I'm like, wow. I'm never building that in my life. Even if I tried, I couldn't do that. But then like how like you could pirate somebody's ship.
You can have a fleet of them, Tim. That's what I didn't know. Like you can steal a bunch of them.
You can assign crew. You can have outposts and assign crews to keep it running, and have like so they have like an oil drill, and they have like it's crazy. And one thing I've heard, and I talked about like I talked to people who've been playing this, and they just like it's so big that it's like laughable. Like that's what I was always given the impression. Like, and today, they had, like I said, they had an hour showcase, and I think we all can agree we're all glued to it. We're noticing force powers at the end of the game, at the end of the trailer. That everyone's like totally tuned in, and that's the way I felt. The only thing I felt too was like a little intimidated. Like, how the hell am I going to finish this game? I mean,
yeah,
so much to do.
Oh yeah.
So
like I said, one of those games, Tim, you just take your time. That's how it was with The Witcher 3. It just took me like a year to beat The Witcher 3. It was so long. I said, I just take my time beating. That's one of those games.
Persona 5, I mean, it took me two months, but at the end of that, like you get to 80 hours and you're like, what the hell's going on?
Right. Assassin's Creed Valhalla was like that with me also. It took me 180 hours to beat that game. Like, what the hell?
That's a long game. I mean, with 1,000 planets and all these systems and everything, like it is that. When they did say that, I'm kind of there with you, Tim. I was like, why? That's a lot. Like I'm not, like my first thought was, am I ever gonna finish this game? Maybe it's not made to be finished. You know what I mean? Which is fine. It'll definitely be a new experience for people. So yeah, sorry about the gameplay, guys. I don't know what happened. It's running off of my system, so sometimes it croaks.
Bring it off and put it back on. It works good. So
Say that again.
It does show you resolution and compression matters, because I was watching it. I've been watching the whole feed, and like gets like down to like 480. It looks horrible.
Yeah, so I said it looked like it was coming from a Nokia phone. So I was like, all right, now I have to shut this down, because it was weird, because it was looking fine on my side, but I wasn't looking at the actual output. So sorry about that, guys.
Not to talk, but I saw people complaining about the girl in Fable, that they made her ugly, and they.
I did see that.
Who thinks of this shit? Like,
man, who cares? It ain't like Aloy is a bad mama jama. She ain't that fine either.
Not everyone fucking Kim Kardashian.
Right.
And this is complaining from people that can't get girls anyway. But
Oh, man.
And I just watched that Fable thing again. That blows me away.
It's crazy, man. It looks incredible.
I like when she throws the fire thing. I'm that interesting.
I like it when she kicks the chicken. That's awesome.
Yes, yeah.
So good.
Goodness.
To remember, like I said, I'm happy that all the fans are happy, even fans that lost faith and stuff like that. We're going crazy. Listen, at the end of the day, they're definitely dedicated. They make mistakes, but listen, if you go up and you dust yourself off and you come back, look at the PlayStation, look at their showcase today. And exactly. Night of South, and each time it's getting cooler and cooler when I'm watching this.
Yeah.
Yep.
With the rabbits.
Yeah, it's definitely got like a claymation almost to it. Like, I don't know, it's definitely different. I'm definitely digging the vibes in this Compulsion game, and this dude is
can't wait
just
for it.
creepy
Yeah.
looking. Yeah.
I'm gonna get everybody's quick opinion on some of the one thing that was announced. Well, actually, there's actually three, which were the collector's edition levels of the Starfield. I'm gonna throw it up on screen real quick. I actually pre-ordered this, so there you go. I don't know why. After I did it, I thought I don't really need that, but you know what? I got it coming. So
It's not about need; it's about want.
Exactly. It might be up on eBay here before long. I don't know, but no, I'm just kidding. But if not, I'm sure my daughter will love it.
For me, it's the watch. I want the watch.
Yeah, the watch is cool.
I don't really care about anything else. The patch, care less. The box, I mean, it's nice, but I don't usually keep that. Give that stuff away.
Yeah,
I would wear that watch. Supposedly, you can get messages on it. If they were saying, I don't know if I read that.
Yeah, they said something about connecting it to your. I mean, it connects to your phone, so that's kind of cool.
I mean, that's pretty cool. Like, you know,
Yeah.
so.
That's a good question. Does anyone know the price? A lot of people are asking how much. I actually, what was it?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
That one's $299.
Okay, it was $300. Okay,
yeah, that was $300 for the watch collection part. Plus, there's extra some bonus content.
So my cheap ass will not be getting that. But I'm glad you will. Someone's got to buy it. I know.
Well,
I think
it's a
bunch
good
of other
thing to
people
have PayPal. What's it? The PayPal payment plan. Yeah, there you go.
There you go. Oh, that's true. That's a good point.
Don't make me have enough credit.
Oh, goodness.
I want the Black Series S too. I think it's really cool.
Oh, dude, yeah. Well, I was saying that for that price, that $350, and you get the, like a complete, 1 gig of memory. That I think that is going to be a good selling point for people that want that other memory, and then that gives them the opportunity at the holidays to where they can go like maybe $199 on the 500 gigabyte to really get them systems out the door. And Phil made a point of saying that we've got a ton of X's on the way, so for the holidays they're going to have everything we need. I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
Absolutely.
Rhetri, read this next super chat we got in here.
I love the name.
Yeah.
Angry Hippie, $5 super chat. What group is going to be more negative about Fable? Ponies or PETA?
Ooh.
That's a good
Kicking
point.
chickens.
Kicking the
notice they
chickens,
just showed him flying across. They didn't show the actual kicking motion. That probably was on purpose.
Yeah, that's too funny. I'm sure it'll be the ponies though. They're always loud, just like they are. I'm sure very loud right now about the 30 frames per second on Starfield, but that's okay because Starfield looks amazing. And as someone who is a 60 FPS guy, I've been wanting that for a long time. I think Tim's right. I think it'll, I think eventually it'll come. I think it's going to take a long time though for it to happen, if it happens at all. But after what I saw, like honestly, it's kind of the last thing on my mind. Man, the Star Wars game looks pretty cool too.
It does.
Sorry, I got ADD. So I OCD, whatever. I got all that stuff, so I get easily distracted.
As we kind of start to wrap the night up, I just want to again thank all the chat and everything for being here. We're gonna go around the horn again and see what is it that was missing that you're like you really want to see soon, whether it be the Tokyo Game Show, the Keighley Game Awards, or next E3. What is the one thing? And I'll ask each one of you. I'll start with Dirt. What's the one game or maybe two that we're like, oh, I can't believe this wasn't here. We've got to have it soon. Dirt.
Well, even though I knew this game wouldn't be there, I really can't wait to see State of Decay 3, bro. I'm a huge fan of State of Decay 2. Love the game. The game is so much better now than it was when it released a few years back. Yeah, that's the game I'm really looking forward to. I know Timdog said how they was having issues during development, but they figured it all out and it's been going pretty smooth. So I'm definitely expecting that game to be shown at E3 next year. Well, Xbox Game Showcase next year. But I would have loved to see it. I love to see it this year if they drop it at short trailer at VGAs. I would love that. Yeah, but State of Decay 3 is definitely my answer.
Very good, very good. Dutch.
Yeah, for me it was. I was quite surprised at the end when he said, "And one more thing," and I thought he was actually going to show one more thing, and he was like, "And the Starfield showcase." I was like,
Yeah.
Okay. So what? Kind of a weird intermittence there, but yeah, I was also kind of hoping to see an update on either Contraband or State of Decay 3 or one more title, I think, to kind of end the showcase before we went into the big Starfield thing.
Mm-hmm.
One big kind of title, but that's a minor thing. But yeah, I think that was it. And I wasn't expecting either the Gears or Fable collections, none of that. I knew they weren't going to be at the showcase, so that wouldn't have made any difference to me. One big update from a first-party studio, another one that we didn't know about or something like that at the end would have been awesome. Like an id-tech game, like a Quake or a Doom, or a big finale. But yeah, again, extended showcase, and then we've got Gamescom, and then we've got Game Awards. So I'm expecting a few more things by the end of the year, anyway.
Yeah, awesome. All right, Tim. So, what's your one thing that you're like, I can't believe I didn't see that?
Well, it's not I can't believe. It's kind of like it'd be my dream if it came, and
there you go.
I have lingering hope. Killer Instinct 3. I really want to see. I'm a big fighting game fan, and I really hope that they can get a team on Killer Instinct. But I don't know, hearing some different things. So, but right now I don't think that they are. So, but that would be the one thing. And I agree, it's not a game, but the Family Pass, announce that if you can have it, please, because I want it bad.
Same. 100% agree with that one. There was
maybe we'll talk about it on Tuesday.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point, Dirt.
Rhetri, read this one.
Panto, sir, how many frames does Starfield run on PS5?
0.
I heard 0. Right, exactly.
Good point. That's a good answer for any pony that gets up.
Very
in your
good
face.
point, Panto.
And what's great? I own a PlayStation 5. I own a great PC. I got the Switch. I got the Xbox, 2 Xboxes. It's just the ecosystem I prefer more. But I love games on on my PlayStation 5. But it's just but the ones that are so die hard that are like it's Sony or die. That just it's crazy. But
crazy,
hey, Dirt's made a good show off that, right?
Yeah.
keep feeding the salt, right?
Exactly. I remember they said exclusives doesn't matter all of a sudden, remember?
That's
Exactly.
right.
Imagine.
All of a sudden, moving that goalpost as usual.
Pushing it on back. Now, I think we heard that and this is actually coming up like in a couple of hours, so you're not going to miss it. Maybe an hour from now. But that there's going to be Phil is supposed to be, and I believe Todd is supposed to be on another show tonight, with oh my gosh, Jeff Grubb. What is the show that?
Giant Bomb.
Giant Bomb.
Giant Bomb. That's it. That's it. So sorry. So they're going to be on there tonight. Surely going to be talking about the showcase and yeah. So then we knows maybe we'll get some more tidbits here or there. Never know.
Cool.
That would be cool. Oh my gosh. Well, all I can say is thank you everybody in the chat for being here tonight, and Rhetri for sticking out because I know you weren't feeling good.
I feel better though now. I don't know what it is. After talking all this stuff out, I feel a little bit better. Yeah.
Is the power of all the fans and everything?
It's the power of you guys made me feel a lot better. So I'm glad I stuck it out because I'm feeling pretty good right now.
Good. I'm really glad you did too. Well, I'm gonna go around the horn real quick and back out this the feed and so everybody can see everybody.
The Nokia feed.
Exactly. Too funny. Oh goodness. Oh, there we go. And we'll go around the horn and also to everybody's information, including Dutch's, is already in there in the description below. So if you want to follow these wonderful gentlemen, which I strongly suggest you do, I know Tim's kind of taken a hiatus from RDX, but hopefully at some point he'll at least maybe make a guest appearance because he's truly missed there, because we love hearing from Tim. I know I do every week. So we'll start off with go ahead, Dirt.
Oh no, I was just saying Tim is the man. That's all I was saying.
He is. Tim, again, thank you so much for being here tonight. It means more than you will ever know that you made an appearance tonight, and hopefully someday in the future you'll hearten the call and come back and see us again. If we haven't,
would love it.
You're the man.
I'll be back. Probably another couple of more months of no podcast.
We'll give you some time.
Oh yeah. Well, maybe come closer to the.
We'll be back. I do definitely want to go back on RDX one show and then go on Dirt show as well.
Great.
But man, panel awesome. You guys are great creators. I'm just happy that we had a good day and that we didn't have to deal with the constant bullshit, because there was a lot of bullshit that went up last month, and it's nice to see everything turned around. And let's just hope that they keep this good going. I'm very interested in this this Jeffrey Grubb interview. I think they'll ask some tough questions. But it also goes to show you the difference. And I've always said this: Xbox is so open to the public. They're so willing to talk. They're buying tickets for FanFest. They're doing this. Sony's showing that shit showcase, and they're doing nothing else for their fans. I mean, they're doing no interviews. They don't make it an event. They just run, and they come up with some comment. I definitely think that people should take notice of that too, because Xbox is being transparent here, and that should mean something, especially when nobody does it like Xbox. Nobody's out there with the fans. Nobody's doing these interviews. Craig, tired fillers right now. They would do one interview and it would be just a magazine or whatever. It wouldn't be live or on TV. But so appreciate Xbox and appreciate the community. Today was our day. Celebrate.
Yes, it was.
I'm sure. And don't feed into the negativity, because
exactly.
That's what they want you to do. They want you to feel bad about something. Meanwhile, there's a lot of things that I can point to them to feel better, feel bad about. I'd rather have a game look like that than be something like DLC that they're calling Next Gen, which is really just.
Hey, tell me, you got to visit WBG soon, man. With that shit you talking right now, you got to visit WBG soon, brother.
Yeah, I look forward to the Spider-Man 2 expansion pack. But I'm sorry,
I get you on 2 web, baby. I love it.
Was that allowed? I'm just saying.
Spider-Man 2 expansion pack. I love it.
There you go. Wandering Dutch. Let's get your outros, man. Tell everybody where they can find you.
Yeah. I was still up a height and all hype from watching the showcase, and then I come down, eventually got off a reaction show, and then made some food, and then by the time I'd finished eating, you guys were just starting. I was like, you know what? I'm still wide awake.
I'm glad you did.
It's like 2 a.m. I'm still going. So
thank you so much for jumping on. I love it.
It's like you say, it's a showcase hype. We again going into it, we were all kind of just saying, you know what it is. I've got a good feeling about the day. It's not going to be like it is previous years where we go into it, but we've got that kind of underwhelming dread that this isn't going to actually turn out as good as we hope it is. This year felt different from the outset. It felt like we were actually going to get a good show, and they delivered. So hats off to Xbox. Hopefully this is the start of a bit of consistency. That's the one thing. The one withdrawal I'll have is now I just need consistency. So let's see. But overall, super hype day. I'm going to be still diving into a lot of things after this and composing thoughts, but pleasure to be on. I had to jump on and kind of jump on with a hype with you guys as well and see where your thoughts were. But awesome show, guys. And shout out to the awesome chat as well. Over 150 people, I think, at one point.
Yeah.
Awesome stuff. So congrats.
Thank you so much, man. Really appreciate you jumping on and being here. And we'll get Dirt. Tell everybody where they can find you.
Yeah, man. Check out my channel, Dirt Griggity. You know, I talk a lot of trash. We have a lot of fun.
Love
Pro
it.
Xbox content. My podcast, WBZ Xbox Podcast, is tomorrow night. Every Monday night at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tomorrow we got a huge guest. We got Randall Thor on. You know, he's talking. We're gonna talk about the showcase and have a good old time, man. So stop by and yeah, appreciate you guys. Thanks for having me on.
Oh
Absolutely,
man. It is our pleasure, and that you have the man
with the million.
Oh yeah,
I like that. Yeah, yeah, man. You know, I get Rand. You know, I ask Rand to come on like once a year because I know you know, a lot of people ask him to come on their shows, and I don't like to bother people too much.
yeah.
That's why I don't ask Tim as often as I want. I try to get him on like once or twice a year. I know you guys are kind of you podcast all the time,
Right.
so he agrees. Say, look, man, I'll come on your show the show, because since the Xbox show is always Sunday now, he said the Monday after the Xbox show, and we made that like arrangement 3 years ago, so he stuck by it, man. Shout out to
awesome.
Rand. So he'll be on tomorrow, man. We'll have a good old discussion about everything, and that's about it, man.
Yeah, and like I said, Dirt, you are actually an amazing member of the community, and very entertaining. All the shows that you put on, all the shows that you're a part of, it's enjoyable because, like I said, there's times when you just kind of you get so frustrated, and you say things that we've been thinking. Or people come out your chat and
we're thinking it, Dirt saying it. That's how I feel.
Exactly. Thank you for all you do, man. Thank you so much for all you do. You're welcome, and we appreciate you. Rhetri, before we get to your outro, we have one more super chat that jumped in.
Okay, let's do
JD,
it.
you are the man.
What a shocker. JD's back. JD with the $5 super chat. Xbox team, don't even address the Starfield at 30 FPS mess. When they say it, say Avowed, Hellblade 2, Fable. Now what you got? And he's right. Yeah. Block those mother effers and move on with your day. That's what I do. I don't give them what they want. They want you to comment. They want you to dislike, like whatever. They want your attention. Don't give it to these idiots. They're always gonna be stupid. They're not going away anytime soon. It's the internet, folks. So it is what it is.
They're gonna be that. It's a funny. I guarantee on my show tomorrow. Oh, like what was that?
It's the pony internet. That's
it.
I mean, they struggled all day for something. I mean, it's funny because I watched.
They were looking right.
Yeah. I mean, listen, PT. I'm cool with him, but that dude saying that the Summerfest was the best showcase, I just laughed.
Yeah, man. I just can't. Listen. I mean,
there's some guys that just. They just don't. They have no idea that how they have no self-awareness of how much of a fanboy they are. They really think that they're not.
Absolutely,
but they are.
Right.
But it's like they were like struggling for something for like 4 hours. Like they were dying for something, and they get this, and this is what they're gonna harp on it when. Like I said, I'd rather have a game that's stretching the system at 30 frames per second than a game that could be done on the PlayStation 4,
right?
Exactly.
With the faster hard drive,
super powerful SSD.
Guys, can I just add something as well that's going to give even more hype?
Yeah.
So a guy called Lucas Kultz, who's a lead lighting artist at Playground Games, who's working on Fable, said the Fable trailer is the game captured on Series X.
Wow. Okay. Did not know that part. Thank you for bringing that up, Dutch.
I love it.
That's wow. Okay. Damn.
We're going to be eating
out the window.
Running on Series X.
Well, I guarantee you, Digital Foundry is going to try to come up with a way to fucking shit on something.
Probably right.
They're actually, it is. I'll give props to DF because they were just absolutely mind blown by some of the stuff shown today. Specifically Starfield, they were just like, how did they applaud the QA team because that's just ridiculous.
Exactly. Well, I know that like Fritz is going to have a really good solid video this week.
Oh yeah,
he already showed a couple of little clips. One pony, I can't remember his name. He's quite popular that he rips him a lot. I mean that he showcases him a lot.
What is
Well,
this like?
He said that when he was watching the showcase and the Hellblade portion came on, he was making a comment about, oh, I wonder when this movie's coming out. This looks like it'll be a great movie. I need to go see it in the theater. And Fritz, of course, is like going, is he serious? They actually show movie trailers at their fucking showcase. And just because this looks so good gameplay that it looks like a movie, that's a compliment, you dipshit.
Right, you thought the insult was an insult. It wasn't, sir. That's how stupid you are.
It wasn't MTV, right? Muscle Bound.
No, it wasn't him. I cannot think of his name.
That dude's having a nervous breakdown. He's like, oh, I'm sorry. You know, I don't
Sounds
know
like J-Dub. It could have been J-Dub.
They saying the MBG sound like he want to flip back the Xbox.
Well, listen, I thought that guy was an Xbox guy.
Used to be, yeah.
I found out that that was all that too. He never even played Halo. He's like, I don't need to play Halo. I never played it. Like, you're not an Xbox guy if you never played Halo. I'm sorry.
They play Twitter. They don't play games. We can see that once we look at their
they play numbers on things. God bless them. They make money.
They play sales.
They'll make money on content, whatever. You know, I'm never gonna hate on somebody's hustle, even if it's that. But like, you know, bottom line is that you're gonna get called out on. So you're gonna say stupid stuff.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Exactly. Rhetri, give your outro. Tell everybody where they can find you at.
Sure. I'm on the usual places. Game Pass _daily on Twitter. Game Pass Daily on YouTube. Of course, here with Dave every Sunday at 7 p.m. And Xbox Factor podcast on Tuesdays with Boom, Umber, and Danny as well. I got some more things cooking I can't talk about right now. But yeah, you guys can find me there. And thank you everybody for coming out tonight. Like, you guys just absolutely killed it, chat. And of course, this awesome panel. I can't thank Timdog enough for coming out. And Dirt GRIGGITY, you guys have been on our list. We have a very long list, and you guys were very high up there. So I just love that we were able to get you on the same show at the same time. I think that's awesome. And of course, Wondering Dutch, my Viking brother, thank you for coming out tonight. I appreciate you. I can't believe you're still up, but he's a trooper. Do not miss Dutch's indie show that he did. He's going to be doing another one too. Yes. So like it's top notch, crazy amount of editing, crazy amount of effort. As an editor, that's what I do for a living. I know how much work he put into that. I watched it and I'm amazed. Like, so go check his stuff out, man.
Yeah,
appreciate you guys.
Aaron Greenberg on there as well too, and his link is in the description below, so you can definitely go there, click on that.
The show one day. I got to talk to Aaron. I know that you guys want him, so.
Well, we'd love to have him. That's
he's
thank you, Tim. If you can make that happen, Tim.
I can talk to him.
He was poor guy. So we were having Boxy's final prediction show yesterday. Yeah. And I messaged Baron and said, if you've got spare 5 minutes, I know you're busy, but if you want to jump on, he replied like 5 minutes after the show saying, yeah, I'm good.
That's funny.
I was like, sorry, bud. I was like, you've literally just missed, but thanks anyway for saying you'll come on.
That was awesome that he at least was willing to. So
he was gonna. That would have been a big shock for Boxy because he wasn't gonna expect him. So I just
he does a good
slide
job.
Him a quick link.
And I loved the shirt that he had on.
Aaron's shirt.
No, when he had on
we will hold the line.
He had that on at the showcase today. That was so awesome that he did that. Yeah. I mean, that's the kind of thing that endears him, to everybody. And it was great. We gotta wrap this up. I'm sorry. I keep talking all night. These guys are like, gotta go.
Timdog, by the way, I did friend request you. We're gonna have to play some games together. I missed out when you guys played Redfall. So we're definitely gonna have to
Definitely.
up,
Well, the Diablo, let's get on it. So
There you
yes,
go.
absolutely.
There you go. Sounds great. And of course, I can't close these things out without hearing from our buddy.
This is about delivering great exclusive games for you that ship on platforms where Game Pass exists.
Thanks everybody for joining us tonight. We really appreciate you being here. Oops, I kick off the. It's like Tim got kicked out again.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. But he, for the most part, he actually got to stay in pretty good. So we're blessed to have him here. And thanks to everybody in the chat for joining us tonight. And please, if you get a chance, hit the subscribe button. Follow all of these wonderful people in the community. Dirt, Wandering Dutch, please go to their channels, hit the like button, and subscribe. And then not only that, but hit the bell icon, because you do not want to miss this amazing content that these gentlemen put out. Thanks again, everybody, for being here. Rhetri, you're the man. Now you survived. You did it. Thanks everybody for being here at Gamers Council.